I think it has something to do with attachment to an outcome or an expectation. Because looking back at my child self or my teenage self or even my adult self, I can tell in my body when I am attached to an outcome or have an expectation, and it tends to feel like annoyance or frustration, um, or irritation. And how I have expressed that in the past, I I feel compassion for. But I also see in me that when I was in that sort of mode of being frustrated or angry or irritated, I was actually pushing things away, pushing people away. And and yes, I may have been expressing myself authentically, but what I wasn't doing was expressing myself vulnerably. And actually, when I express myself vulnerably, I don't feel irritation. I don't feel frustration or anger. I feel more soft and open, and I like the way that feels in my body. I feel healthier when I feel those emotions. Um, and when I am expressing vulnerably, I notice that I am not attached to an outcome or an expectation. I think I allow myself to open up to faith. And even if I'm feeling shy or afraid or shame, and faith is saying to me, um, when I share myself vulnerably, trust the process. You know, if you get the feedback that you need, great. If you don't get the feedback you need, great, because that's also informing you of something. And it means that I can just then ask for help elsewhere or look within me, to receive that provision. And I think in the past, when I've had expectations or been attached to outcomes, with others, I didn't realize that I'm also putting a lot of pressure on other people. Um, and they may not be ready. They may not be ready to, or even in a place to help or support or give. Um, but in the past, I didn't see that. I saw that as, there was something wrong with me. There was something wrong with me. And then that kind of made the attachment even more graspy, more needy. Um, yeah, and I feel that that's something that, is a new part of me now, um, that I feel a lot of gratitude for, and a lot of ease and a lot of, peace around now, whereas in the past there wasn't. Yeah, yeah, that's what I would like to tell my younger self. Yeah, share with her. It's nothing personal at the end of the day when someone isn't able to meet you where you are at, and that's okay, and that's okay. Yeah.
Genuinely, I would give different advice to different versions of my younger selves. from a very, very early age, even I can remember, I don't remember, but I have glimpses or stories about, as young as 2, 3, trying to, let me think, sit with this. So my younger version. I guess I would have advice for the part of my younger self that tried so hard to look after, because we were beaten a lot. My brother and I, my younger sister, not so much. But I guess I would like to give that version of myself. So I tried to look after mom, after my brother, and later on then my sister. My dad died when I was 10. So I kind of took on the role of a caretaker, even really, really young. And I wouldn't ask for things that I really wanted. So I guess the advice I would like to give that version of myself is to have allowed myself to play a little bit more. Just to allow myself to have played a little bit more and been more of a child. But I took on a lot of responsibility and was always worried about everybody and vigilant, making sure I was there for everybody. And I think at that age, you can't figure it out, but playing more. And that this would change. Life will become better. It will change. And my older version, probably when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, I was quite large at school and bullied a lot for that. Is that I would give advice to that person about reminding her things that she enjoyed, things that she was good at, what her body enabled her to do. It enabled her to learn how to touch type and do shorthand typing, which will be amazing. It taught her how to play and connect with friends and to look at the body in a different way. I would advise her of that, and that the body, I don't know if she'd understand, but the body is a vessel. I'm not sure she would understand that language, but the body is more than what it looks like. And just a reminder to look at some of the good things that she did for herself. It's almost like she needed a lot of help to do that. And again, to play, I was quite a responsible person, and I would play and I would dance through drinking because I didn't have a lot of confidence. And I would advise her, to go and again, play more, go and do the creative stuff, go to some classes that are fun, or just doodle, or that's what I would do, actually. I would say go and play and doodle and collage and paint or whatever. That's what I would invite her. Writing prompts, stuff like that, actually, because all the rest of it you've got to figure out. That would be the easiest. Lots of play and being more adventurous in that kind of way. Yeah. And this too will pass. Do you know what I mean? This too will pass. It really will. Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard people say things like, hold on, it'll get better, but it does get better, but it doesn't, it follows you. Don't expect anything from anyone, even your parents. And then you can't be disappointed when they don't deliver. Yeah, well, that's actually made me cry too.
Yeah.